Hey everybody, welcome to Eureka Math / Engage New York Math, Module 2, Lesson 16, Even and Odd Numbers. Mr. Quick here, and today we're going to actually just talk about some of the rules that kind of go along with our even and odd numbers. And you may want to take these down in your math journal, you may want to write these down. The video should be fairly short. Some of these rules are ones that you may know, but you may not even realize. You may not think about it. So I'm going to go through a couple of these rules, and this will be a fairly short video, but these are important rules that will help you, and they're also really good to be able to check your work. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, first rule that we're going to talk about today: the sum of two even numbers is always even. So if you're adding, when we say sum, we're adding, right? If you're adding two even numbers, you're going to end up with an even number. So let's do a real easy example. Let's do 4 plus 6. Obviously we know that's going to be 10, right? But let's draw that out. Let's draw it in terms of dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, which is my 4. And then plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Obviously, if we count all those up, we're going to end up with 10. But what I want to really show you is if we know an even number, right? We think of sets of 2. There we go. Here's a set of 2 and 4. Here's the other set of 2, right? 2 sets of 2 is 4. 2 times 2. Here's a set, here's a set, here's a set. You see that in our sets of 2, we have nothing left over. Both numbers are even. When we add them up and we combine them, let's take that plus sign away. We combine these all together, there's nothing left over. There's no numbers that don't have there's no circles that don't have another circle to form a set. So all of our individual numbers in this set of 10 match up with another number in the set. So adding two numbers together, if they're both even, the answer will be even. Okay, our next rule. The sum of two odd numbers is what? Well, if the sum of two even numbers is even, the sum of two odd numbers it's actually even, believe it or not. Even though you're adding two odd numbers, the sum is even. So let's take a look at why that is. Let's add 3, and let's add 7. So let's make sets of numbers, right? That are, let's say, sets of 2. So we have 1, 2, 3. And over here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Two odd numbers. And if we pair these up into sets of 2, here's a set 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 of 2. Both numbers, we have our 3 and our 7, have an extra circle left over. So when we add these all together and put them together, the number that's kind of has that one extra, right? I'm going to take it away from the 7. I'm going to add it over to the 3. And that forms our last set. So there's no extra numbers sitting around. They all still form sets of 2, right? Because you can take 1 away from the 7, add it to the 3, and you end up with 4 plus 6, 2 even numbers. Okay, next rule. Okay, the sum of an even number and an odd number is odd. So let's go ahead and try this out again. 4 plus 5. We have an even number, we have an odd number. All right, 4, let's do sets of 2 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 sets of 2. Over here we have 5, we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No matter how we move these numbers around, we have this extra number right here. And even if I put it over here with the 4, right, there's still not an extra number that could pair up with it. So no matter what, if you add one even number and one odd number, your answer will be odd. Okay, let's keep rolling. Okay, next rule. The product, meaning multiplication, of two even numbers is even. You can take two even numbers and multiply them together, and they will be even. So let's take in this example, let's do 4 times 6. So let's do a set of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. But we're going to, that's one set of 4. We need 6, right? Here's our second set of 4, third set of 4, fourth set of 4, fifth set of 4, and our sixth set of 4. Now, when you have 4, that's 2 sets of 2. So again, each number has a pair. There are no dots left over, right? So it's even. We're basically replicating this each time. Here's another set. Here's another set of 4. 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 No matter what this other number is, if you're multiplying 2 even numbers, as long as it's even, you're basically just taking this set of 4, which will always be even, and you're repeating it time after time after time. So it doesn't matter how many 4s you add to it, you're always adding a number that is even. All right, let's go to our next one. Okay, next rule. The product, again meaning multiplication, of 2 odd numbers is odd. So if you're going to multiply an odd number by another odd number, you're always going to get an odd number. Let's do this. Let's take 3 times 5. And I'm going to kind of break this down. So we have 3, 1, 2, 3. If we had 3 times 2, 1, 2, 3, we would have 2 sets of 2, and then here we'd have another set of 2, and we'd have an even number. Now, here's 3, here's 3. Now let's add another set of 3, so this is 3 times 3. Here we have one set here, one set here, one set here, and then we could add these two together, but then we have another number left off. So that's an odd number times an odd number. We end up with an odd number, right? 9. Let's add another. Here's another set of 3. So this is 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 times 4. And we can say, here's a set of 2, set of 2, set of 2, set of 2. Here's a set of 2, and here's a set of 2. So we would have an even number again. But again, I hope what you're starting to see is there's a pattern. When you multiply odd numbers, like when you count by odd numbers, 3 times 1 is odd. 3 times 2 is even. 3 times 3 is odd. 3 times 4 is even. It alternates between even and odd answers. But every time we land, and here's the 5th, right? Every time we land on an even number, we're going to have an even answer. But every time we land on an odd number, we have an odd answer. So if we take 3, which is an odd number, and multiply it by any odd number, we're going to have an odd number, because we'll have, here's our sets of 2 that we can create. We can create an extra set of 2 with these 2. We can create an extra set of 2 with those 2, but then we still have that one odd duck left over. So odd number times an odd number gives you an odd number. For that same reason, the product of an odd number times an even number is also going to be even. For the same reason that every time you have 2 odd numbers, you're going to have each odd number will have an extra circle that you can add together to give you that extra set of 2. So if we have 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, we have 5 3s. If we made that into 3 times 6, then we would have another set of 3. Here's our set of 2, and this guy over here would have a partner to partner up with. So every time you have odd times odd, you get odd. Every time you have odd times even, you have even. Okay, that's a lot of rules. We'll talk more about this in class and where it's relevant and how we can use it, and we'll go through some examples together. But these are good rules to know, and they can help you definitely double check your work. All right, thank you for watching. We'll talk to you soon.